Yes, you heard that right. The main protagonist of Just Cause, Rico Rodriguez, is the actual villain of these games and not the dictator he claims to topple. Initially introduced in the first Just Cause game, Rico is a mix of all the action heroes you can think of. From the very first game, his main and only objective is to overthrow a government that is run ruthlessly by a dictator. On paper, Rico looks like a typical hero who infiltrates a nation, saves its people from a ruthless, corrupt leader. But in doing so, he commits countless atrocities that go unnoticed, things that make him no hero material but more of a villain. So, in this video, we'll be deep diving into Rico's atrocities that he commits throughout all 4 games that will 100% prove that he is a psycho. With every Just Cause game, Rico's main goal is to destabilize a regime, and for this, his strategy has always been inclined towards a maximum destruction possible approach. Doesn't matter if it's an industrial or a civilian property, he will absolutely destroy everything in his path, instead of securing and repurposing it for the civilians so they can use it after the war. But Rico goes in guns blazing and exploding everything in his path without a second thought. In Just Cause 2, Rico visits every town and settlements and destroys everything from the local power transformers, water tower to civilian broadcast arrays, and even the local gas stations. The number of damages he causes to the civilian property is unprecedented. The main goal here of destabilizing the military by destroying civilian property makes no sense, since the military has their own supply, and Rico destroying these only makes the civilian life more difficult. From transportation to drinking water, everything is destroyed by Rico. And during the climax of Just Cause 2, he destroys the oil fields after learning that everyone is behind that oil. So to prevent a third world war, he redirects a nuclear missile right into the oil fields. But his decision was economically a death sentence. By his action, he made sure that the people there are pushed into a generation poverty. Rico did not save Panau, he gave them a slow death. But for Rico, destruction of asset isn't enough. He goes on to do more atrocities, which solidifies him as a villain. And what that could be, you might wonder. Other than causing destruction to the infrastructure, Rico is a menace to the people. The sheer number of casualties and human suffering he has caused during his deployment throughout all 4 games is shocking. A regular covert operative would make a stealth approach towards his missions, but Rico is completely opposite. He'll go guns blazing, exploding, being the one-man army fully visible to the enemies and disregarding any civilian casualties. His arsenal is made up of explosive tethers and rocket launchers, vehicle weaponization, to attain maximum civilian casualties. He has killed thousands of civilians across all 4 games. Whether it's hijacking a civilian vehicle or driving any high-speed vehicle directly into the populated area, or even attaching booster tethers to civilian vehicles, all just for his amusement. Even in Just Cause 2, in destroying the pipeline mission, he kills innocent civilians to complete his objective. For the civilians of all these nations, Rico Rodriguez is a flying, roaming terror who just comes and goes but leaves pain and trauma. If Rico was an honest liberator who cared about human rights, then he would have helped the civil rights groups or even helped opposition political figures. But Rico has tendency of helping cartels or some criminal organizations. He does countless work for them and even kills civilians, businessmen, and even honest politicians. In Just Cause 2, he kills an honest politician on behalf of a criminal militia only because that politician was not accepting the bribe. By doing this, Rico didn't just help those criminal militia, but also removed any possibility of having a good leader after the war. Even in the first game, he sides with the drug cartel to achieve his objectives, and in return makes the country of San Espirito a narco state. But after all these, the biggest issue that Rico Rodriguez does to a nation lies within how he leaves that nation at the end of war. In Just Cause 1, after killing the dictator Mendoza, he leaves the country into the hands of a drug cartel, and he purposely made sure that this cartel has the complete monopoly over the country. And ultimately, Rico pushed it and made it into a narco state, which does not sound like he did a good job. Then comes the events of Just Cause 2, where he deliberately nukes the only asset that the nation had. He absolutely destroyed the oil fields, resulting in Panau to go bankrupt, cause they don't have anything to trade anymore, and pushed the people of Panau into a generational poverty. He always puts the country into a broken state, from which hardly anyone could get out. Rico Rodriguez is an evil villain. He causes more damage than needed and always makes sure the country goes into ruins after his objective has accomplished. He has absolutely no remorse for innocent civilians or even good politicians, and doesn't even care about the infrastructure that could be beneficial or what will happen to those civilians. Rico is no hero. Although the dictators were ruthless, but they did not cause civilian casualties like how Rico does. They did not explode water tower and cause scarcity of clean drinking water, or cause transportation mess, like how Rico creates such situations by destroying the gas stations. Now imagine you are living in one of these locations, and suddenly a dude comes flying and destroys nearby gas station or a power transformer that leaves you in dark with no electricity and gas. Would you want his help next time around? Or would you consider that person a hero or a villain?